Hey gang, this is Matt the Old Florida Boy. Today I want to go over 5 pieces of survival gear, basically 5 survival items that you can buy once and will last you the rest of your life. Curious? So am I. Let's go check them out. Okay, number 1 on the list is a good solid fixed blade knife. You know, if you're around my age, I'm 62, we all grew up in the 80s and we are victims of the Rambo and the Predator craze. They all had these big giant survival knives, and I got one myself. Look at that. It's got the hollow handle. You can hold all kinds of stuff in the thing, and the sawtooth on the back. This sucks ass for a basic survival knife. Why? Because it's too big, it's too shiny, and it's cheap. Okay, I would not use something like that for a good solid survival knife. All right. My next favorite on the list is this big solid blackjack anaconda Bowie. This is a huge thick blade. This will chop anything. This will do basically whatever you need to do. But it's not my primary choice because it's still a little big and it's still a little heavy. You may be surprised about this next choice, but it is the Harbor Freight survival knife. And this one gets an honorable mention for me because even though it's still big, it's not very heavy. It's got the hollow handle that you can store a bunch of stuff like fishing kit or sewing kit or matches or whatever you need to do. But this is still not my favorite carry knife for a survival situation. That prize goes to, bam, my old Buck Special number 119 carried in a leather sheath. This thing to me is the ultimate survival knife. It's a 6-inch blade. It's light. You can chop wood with it. It's got a really thick spine, and it's got a nice square spine too, so it'll strike a ferro rod really, really easily. So this is my pick for a good solid survival knife. I've had this one for about 30 years. It's been through a lot of stuff. It's got a big notch in the blade where I tried to loosen a set screw, a regular set screw one time, but it's comfortable in the hand. You're not gonna break this blade. Nothing's gonna happen to this blade. So this would be my number 1 pick, and as such, it is on my main hike and survival belt, along with, in the sheath, along with a ferro rod. So this kit will do a lot for you. Probably my second pick goes to the Blackjack Anaconda as number 2. And as an honorable mention, we've got the Harbor Freight survival knife. Okay, let's move on. Okay, second item that we're going to talk about is a good solid hand axe or a hatchet. Not a big long hand axe, but I'm talking about the smaller handled like hand hatchets that you can carry along with you. Now, I'm not a real big proponent of carrying a hand axe with me because in Florida there's just not that big of a need to go out and chop down trees for firewood. I mean, Florida, stuff is laying all over the forest floor. All you got to do is go pick it up. In 5 minutes, I can forage up a whole armful of small to medium-sized firewood. And so I just don't have a need for a hand axe. However, in that category, I would consider, and I do carry, a hand saw. Now you got to be careful with hand saws. This is the one that I got from Harbor Freight Tools, and it still works good. I've cut down a lot of trees with it and done a lot of stuff with it, and it's still really, really good. It's showing some signs of wear, a little bit of rust here and there, but the reason why I would pick the Harbor Freight one is because it works really good and it's cheap. This thing is $7. Now you can go with silky whatever and Baco whatever and Gerber and Fischers and you can spend a lot of money on a handsaw, but do yourself a favor, try one of these first. Harbor Freight, $7, and see how it works. You might save yourself a lot of money. Also, the reason why I like this is it's got a nice sharp spine on it, and you know what we're going to do. It'll strike a ferro rod. If you don't have a knife, boy, that's a good way to do it. So this is one of my favorite ones. This is the Harbor Freight handsaw. I guess you could say my second choice would be a Silky, and my runner-up would be a Baco. Okay, let's go on to number 3. Okay, here we go to number 3. When you're out there in the woods and you're walking along and you're hiking or camping or hunting or whatever you're doing, you gotta have water. That's just the name of the game. Without water, you're gonna have a bad time. And y'all know where I'm going with this. My primary pick for a water kit would be, that's right, the Alice Canteen kit with the integrated cover. This does literally everything that I need it to do. It's got a little pocket for water tablets, and you could put a pack of matches in there also. It's got it holds the Nalgene Oasis canteens perfectly, or you can put a GI reproduction in there. You can stick your canteen cup with your canteen cup stove in there also, and have a complete integrated cooking kit. Now, I'm not saying this is the only game in town. There's other places that make canteen kits. Pathfinder makes a great canteen kit. The integrated titanium cups and the integrated titanium canteens, and they layer and you can cook in them and all that kind of stuff. However, Pathfinder is pretty expensive. I don't know how much theirs costs, but I do know how much a surplus Alice kit costs, and a surplus Alice kit costs about $12. Okay, and if you're just starting out bushcrafting and you want rock solid kit, this is a rock solid piece of gear. The stuff that the military throws away is better than 95% of the stuff on the civilian market. So my first pick would be, of course, the Alice Canteen kit. Runner-up would go to a Pathfinder kit, and third would be just an ordinary smart water bottle. And that's actually not a bad pick, because you can integrate an ordinary smart water bottle with the Sawyer mini kits, and you can filter water right through there. So here's my pick for a water collection kit or a canteen kit. Let's go on to number 4. Okay, the fourth piece of gear that you can buy, and it's going to last you a lifetime, is this: a basic USGI military poncho. These are really, really important, because you can set this up in a number of shelter configurations, and you guys have seen me set it up in plow points and A-frames and stuff like that. Or if you don't have time, or you don't know how to set up a shelter and bad weather comes in, you can literally put this on and go sit next to a tree and wait out the bad storm, and you're not going to get any of the weather on you. These are invaluable. I mean, I just can't say enough about the USGI military ponchos. It doesn't have to be USGI military. If you can't find one of those, and this is the real USGI military, if you can't find one of those, get a different kind, the Helicon, or look on Amazon or eBay and find another off-brand. But the key thing to take away is a waterproof poncho. It's going to keep you dry. It's going to keep you out of the weather. And it could be the difference between surviving and not surviving. Okay? So let's go on to number 5. Okay, here we are at number 5 on the list, and that would be a good quality backpack. And y'all know where I'm going with this one. The Medium Alice pack. This thing will take you anywhere and serve any purpose that you can find out in the woods. I'm not talking about through hiking, and I'm not talking about lightweight backpacking, because this thing is about 7.5 pounds empty just by itself. But this thing has all the features that you would ever need for a survival situation. It's got a big compartment on the inside. It's got 3 individual compartments on the outside. Plus, you can lash a bunch of stuff like my Alice, or like my Molly pack that I have attached to the bottom of it. This would be my number one choice for a buy once and last a lifetime. These things are absolutely bulletproof. I can't understand why the U.S. military got rid of them. But my second choice would be for the one that replaced it. A Molly 3-day assault pack. Okay? I got this thing for $30 at a Army surplus guy out at the flea market. I got my Alice pack for about $40. These things are also bulletproof. Okay? The Molly 3-day assault pack will basically do anything that you need to do. If you can't find a decent deal on a 3-day assault pack, or you can't find a good condition medium Alice pack, go to Walmart, okay? Look at something like the Outdoor Products Quest Day Pack, okay? 29 liters, 30 liters. That's the smallest you should go. Outdoor Products Quest Day Pack, solid choice. I beat the hell out of this one and it's still going. Or if they don't have that, try a Redhead Deerstalker Day Pack. I mean, these things are great. They have 2 side compartments for water bottles, you know, and enough size that you can take enough gear along with you to be comfortable in case you're in a survival situation for 2 or 3 days. Now, I've been working with my little Hunt VP 10-liter backpack for about the last couple of weeks. Is this a good choice for a survival pack? No. While I like this pack, and I've been working with it a lot, trying to get it configured to where it'll be a really good day pack, this is not a good choice for a survival pack because it's too small. Okay, it's only 10 liters. The Alice pack, you know, the 30 and 40 liters, like the Alice pack and the 3-day assault pack, those are a little big. I would say a good choice is to stay around the 29, 30, 32 liter size, which is the Redhead Deerstalker Day Pack, and which is the Outdoor Products Quest Day Pack. These are absolutely perfect for survival packs. Carry everything you need without being too big to load you down. So let's go up and talk about what we learned today. Okay, do I got too much gear or what? Okay, these are my top 5 picks and my top 5 survival items and pieces of survival gear that you can buy fairly inexpensively and with just a moderate amount of maintenance, gonna last you virtually forever. You know, nothing on this list was very expensive. I tried to list the prices that they're retailing for now. So if you're just starting out, if you're just building your kit right now, this would be a great place to start with these 5 items. Okay, once again, if you like this video and you want to see more like it, you know what to do. Drop down, hit the subscribe button, leave me a big thumbs up, and leave me a comment below and tell me what your top 5 items of survival gear are. I'm really curious to see. Once again, this is Matt the Old Florida Boy, and I'll see you on the trail.